What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto Fix. It's your man, the Spaceman. I'm starting to realize a lot of people are having GTA 6 anxiety. I did not know this was a thing. It makes sense. The game has been pushed back like a multitude of times already. Some people, even though we have a release date of November 19th, there's people that are thinking something may happen that may push the game back again. And come to find out, in some cases, or a lot of cases, this has to do with the internal workings and situations and strikes that have been going on at Rockstar, many believing that a lot of these issues have to do with why the game has been delayed in the first place. So what I wanted to do, I just thought about it. I was like, I saw this article that has the latest update as far as the internal situations with the workers union and everything. I want to share that with you guys. But then I said, you know what? Let's go through a little timeline of the events that happened, from giving you like the dates, the months, and the years of the events that happened that led to the problems, that led to the most recent development that I'm going to share with you now. So we're going to be working our way backwards. We're going to start with the latest, right? And hopefully this could ease a lot of you people, right? GTA 6 developers have a milestone meeting with Rockstar Games. This has to do with the internal issues that Rockstar has been having with the workers, with the crunch, with the hard work hours and the conditions, and them unionizing and them striking. We're going to get into all of it, so let's get right to it. GTA 6 developers who formally requested Rockstar Games to officially recognize them ahead of the game's launch have shared some good news. They've reached several milestones. In a post to their social media pages, the Rockstar Game Workers Union, or RGWU, announced that they have had their first meeting with Rockstar Games management. Now, this comes after the group have now officially become the largest game studio union in all of Europe. Members of the union include the few dozen who were first fired last year, potentially hundreds of current Rockstar staff. The union says we were able to make the case the workers' voices needed to be heard and that we can collaborate to achieve this. One of the most important things to come up out of the meeting is that the RGWU, the union, have been able to get Rockstar to create a robust roadmap for a fast negotiation process. This is a significant milestone. On top of that, the RGWU say they are looking to agree on a bargaining unit, which is the list of workers that the union can represent. Very interesting. So if negotiations over a voluntary recognition agreement hit a wall, we will pursue statutory recognition, which legally obliges an employer to recognize a union once it represents a significant proportion of the workforce. Now, here's what the union are wanting from Rockstar. These are their demands, their desires. No crunch. Crunch is defined as like tedious, hard working hours, like working them to the limit, not giving them breaks, all types of stuff like that. That's what crunch is. No crunch. Transparency with the pay. They want pay transparency. They want flexible working. No AI. And I found that interesting because that's kind of vague. To what capacity was AI? Do they mean no AI supervision? What do they mean by no AI? So I found that interesting. I couldn't find any more information of other than that, but that's an interesting one. No AI. And also a commitment to no layoffs. Now, in related news, Rockstar were accused of crunch and other issues. Plus, they suffered a setback in their legal case against the employees that they fired. Now, you could learn more about that on the website. This comes after politicians have accused Rockstar of blocking the ongoing legal proceedings. I get all this from rockstarintel.com, by the way, right? So that's the latest with that. It sounds more on a positive note than anything. For everyone that's thinking, oh, it might get delayed again, they're sitting at the table, they're working things out. They already got a release date. So, it seems like they're tying up, crossing T's, dotting I's, tying up loose ends just to make sure that Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out on the day it's supposed to. So, you know what now? Let me give you what I put together, a nice history, a timeline of the events from when there first started to be problems all the way up into that situation of a few days ago that I just reported on. And this report was on July 22nd. So this was very recent, about a little over a week ago, right? So now let's get to the timeline of events, right? Rockstar workers, this is something I put together. They went on strike It was a firing controversy, unionization push, and what is to be next. Let me get some glasses so I can really dig into this for you, right? Rockstar Games, the studio behind Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, was facing turmoil as employees demanded better working conditions. They demanded fair pay and the right to unionize. Here's a complete timeline of the events, right? So all of this stuff started around August 28th of 2023. Make sure you can see this on the screen as I read it. Okay, you can't quite see it. All right, you can see most of it. You can't quite see the date that good. I thought I had it set up good, so pardon me for that. But this is August 28th, 2023 at around 10 a.m., beginning of the workday. This happened. Employees announced an intent to unionize. So that's when they first started strategizing of a union. The newly formed Rockstar Games union, RSGU, announces that it had an intent to unionize with the Communications Workers of America, CWA, citing crunch, low pay, and mistreatment. A little later, on September, oh, there we go. Because I really want you guys to see the date. Okay. So as you can see up there, August 28, 2023, 10 a.m., first event of this union thing. After that, September 13th of 2023, supposedly around 1:30 p.m., right after lunchtime, Rockstar responded. Rockstar Games issues a statement acknowledging the unionization effort, but denied the claims, many of the claims, like the claims of overworking the staff and all that stuff, and they stated that it is committed to maintaining a positive and productive workplace, even though the workers had, they said otherwise. After that, next event, October 16th, through December 15th of 2023. So from October 16th to practically the end of the year, right? Allegations of union busting. Employees claim that Rockstar management holds mandatory anti-union meetings. It surveils organizing activity. They're spying on them, the unions, and they threaten employees with career repercussions. Warns them, threatened employees not to unionize. Next event, January 4th, 2024. The NLRB complaint was filed. The RSGU, the union, files unfair labor practice charges with the National Labor Relations Board, or the NLRB, and they accuse Rockstar of illegal union busting activities. So now they're getting back at Rockstar. They're saying, look, they're trying to mess with our right to even unionize as a whole, right? That was at the beginning of the year 2024, January 4th, 2024. Next event of note happened on April 17th of 2024. And that was strike authorization vote. Over 98% of the union members vote in favor of authorizing a strike if necessary to secure union recognition and a fair contract. After that, on the 15th of May, 2024, the strike first begins. The RSGU, the union members, officially go on strike outside of Rockstar's offices in New York, in Edinburgh, and in London, demanding recognition and an end to retaliation. Next event, May 16th, 2024. You see it there? The strike begins. Let me put this over here. The strike begins. RSGU members officially go on strike outside of Rockstar's... Oh, wait a minute. That was May 15th. Excuse me. I already said that one. Yeah, we got through April 17th. They voted on the strike. 98% agreed to strike. May 15th, strike begins. Next event, May 16th. The next day of 2024, Rockstar fires multiple employees. So right after they strike, this was the big news a lot of people heard about. Rockstar terminates between 30 to 40 employees, allegedly for participating in the strike and for gross misconduct. The union calls the firings a direct attack on workers' rights. Now, some of you may remember that Rockstar was also claiming that they were leaking info about GTA 6 and all types of stuff. Okay, next event was the 20th of May of that year, 2024. Public support grows. This is when prominent figures in the gaming industry and fans show support for the striking workers online. Hashtags like hashtag stand with Rockstar workers start trending on social media. The 21st of May, 2024, the NLRB investigates the firings. The NLRB confirms that it was investigating the terminations and potential unfair labor practices. The union vows to continue striking until demands are met. So that's, a general timeline. And, there was stuff after that. Some of you may recall there was this explosion. I think it ended up being deemed an accident. Like Rockstar's, was it in London? It was somewhere that wasn't in the US, somewhere in the UK, I believe. There was like a big explosion. I don't think anyone got hurt. I don't think there was any foul play, but it's crazy. And as many of you know, there have been game leaks, allegedly anyway, ever since like 2022. There was prototype GTA footage. I prefer not to put it on this channel because Rockstar does go after people that have been putting certain footage up, even if it's beta footage. Otherwise, I'd have been all over it. We'd have been studying it, having a good old time with it. But they had leaked footage, even dating back before this strike. And then there were like allegedly credible sources from Rockstar that have been giving details about the game mechanics, about the story, which a lot of it has, since they said it, has been confirmed to be true. So, there's been a lot of inside information ever since the things were kind of shaky over there at Rockstar. Information has been leaking, right? The key issues: excessive crunch, mandatory overtime, low wages compared to the industry standards. That's a big one. Wow. Lack of transparency and communication, right to unionize and collective bargaining, retaliation and unfair terminations. So there you have it, guys. Now there is more, there's a little bit more, but that's just the basics. Those are the basics of the Rockstar Workers Union and the strike that occurred. And then, as I said at the beginning of this video, they had a milestone meeting and they addressed stuff like the union, the strike, and the right to unionize and all of that. And as it looks like it's stepping more in the right direction. So if anyone's worried about November 19th's launch date or release date of GTA 6 being pushed back, I say that the most recent developments are kind of like should settle your feelings or your anxiety of that at least a little bit, because it looks like things are moving in the right direction. But I'll definitely be here, if anything changes with that and stuff like that. But I just thought I'd give you guys a little brief history of what that whole strike thing was about, because it's something in Rockstar history, and it is related to the game, because a lot of people think that that's why there's been all these delays. It's been due to the internal workings and the issues that have been going on at Rockstar as a whole. So it's your man, Spaceman. I'm going to be back with you very, very soon. Do have a blessed, wonderful day, wonderful week, all of that. Do your thing, everybody. Catch y'all soon.